Pleasant mid-April afternoon from the Owl Athletic Complex. Milder temps today and the sun is out. How about that? Good day for baseball as the Keene State Owls will take on the Western Connecticut State Wolves. Good afternoon and welcome back to Keene State Owls baseball. Ryan Goodwin here with you. A very good Friday here a couple days ago for Keene State as they not only ended a 19-game losing streak to UMass-Boston, but they swept the Beacons in that doubleheader and now come in at 3-2 in the LEC and 10-13 overall. Offense really got going in those couple games, scoring 19 runs between the two and a couple really nice starts on the mound from Jake Yocum and Cam Thomas as well, a couple lefties. They'll be looking to carry that momentum, though, into today as they continue conference play. And on the WestCon side, it's been a tough year once again for them. 5-12, winless so far in the LEC at 0-4. They're a team that's dropped 4 in a row, including that losing streak. In that losing streak was being swept at the hands of UMass-Boston. 2 games where they failed to score a run. They have some guys, though, who have been hitting in their lineup, namely Nicholas Moeller, who's hitting currently at .400, but also not a team that's been a big threat to leave the yard, just 10 total on the year so far. But nonetheless, the Owls can't overlook a struggling opponent this afternoon if they want to continue their positive momentum. A doubleheader that's been moved around a couple times due to weather and field conditions. It's supposed to be played last weekend in Danbury, but we're happy to have it for you today in just a moment on the New Hampshire National Guard Owls Media Network.
When we put this uniform on, we're preparing to serve our home state of New Hampshire. We serve part-time in our own communities and for our families and friends. In any emergency or disaster, you can count on the soldiers of the New Hampshire Army National Guard to be there. Our mission here at home is to make life better for everyone, and the benefits we earn help us improve our own lives. Learn more about part-time service with the New Hampshire Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/NH.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season! The confetti is going to fall.
There she goes, and she's got it! How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport.
This game, of course, supposed to be played in Danbury originally, so the Owls will be playing here at home as the visiting team. We'll get a look at their starting lineup today in the batting order. Leading off is the catcher, Evan Cowley. Batting second, Evan McHugh at third base. Tommy Ehlers in center field bats third. Jonathan Chatfield bats in cleanup at first base. Ethan Reyna batting fifth in right field. Otis Fillet at shortstop today, batting sixth. Dominic Tagliaferro, the left fielder today, batting seventh. Alec Verano at DH, bats eighth. Luke Anderson will round out the order, batting ninth at second base, and it's going to be against a tough righty today for the Wolves. It'll be Max Grewal, 2-2 on the year. 25 innings pitched, a .288 earned run average, 26 strikeouts to just 9 walks. So tougher task for the Owls to face. A lot of higher earned run averages on this WestCon staff, but Bilal by far has been their best pitcher. And they trot him out here in game 1. So it's supposed to be played originally 9 days ago on Saturday, April 5th. But due to field conditions in Danbury has been moved around a little bit. And now playing here on a Monday afternoon, ball 1 to Evan Calley. Umpires Brian Barry has the plate in game 1. Scott Pellerin on the bases. And Grewal quickly behind Evan Calley, 2-0. Grewal did pitch last year in this matchup, which was played in West Hartford at the University of St. Joseph. Owls swept that doubleheader, so have won the last 2 in this series. Trying to continue their positive momentum here that they created for themselves on Saturday with the doubleheader sweep over UMass-Boston. Of course, Mercy ruled them in game 1. Game 2 won 9-5, although kind of a late comeback from UMass-Boston made that game a tick closer. All in the 9th inning, but Keene State was largely in control the whole way. A full count now already to Calley. Saw a lot on Saturday of that against UMass-Boston. He fouls that one back. Owls, of course, playing as the visiting team. Will bat first this afternoon. And another full count will be made. And it's going to miss, ball 4. So Evan Calley is aboard to lead things off here this afternoon. That was something the Owls did very well against UMass-Boston back on Friday. Getting the leadoff man on, whether or not it was a hit or a walk. And now Grewal already has a runner to worry about. And Calley's going right away. It's going to be grounded to short. Only play is to first. It's in time. McHugh grounds out, but down to second goes Calley with just 1 out. And for their best hitter all season, Tommy Ehlers, now up to 443. 23 RBIs. Just a career year for him here in his junior season. Obviously, he's been a very good player the last 2 years, but this year has been on another level. Goes after the first one, pops it foul out of play. Worth noting that before last season, Western Connecticut had actually won 4 in a row against Keene State between 2022 and 2023. Here's an 0-1. Fouls it away. And he's quickly behind. Ehlers, of course, the junior out of Salem, New Hampshire. Multi-sport athlete in high school. And Grewal will try to put him away, though. Here's an 0-2. Gets a grounder to third. He's going to fire on to first in time. Does Nick LeBuono, and there's 2 away. And actually, Calley takes third. So the inning gets to Jonathan Chatfield. Runner at third, now 2 outs. And a prime RBI spot. He's been driving in a lot of runs lately. Average at .315. Very solid junior season. Chatfield had a very good freshman year. Battled some injuries last year. And got off to kind of a slower start, as we've talked about before this year, but has really heated up. Kind of mirroring his freshman year in a lot of ways. 1-0. That one does find the plate. So I was trying to drive in that leadoff base runner. Kelly reached via the walk to start this one. 1-1. That'll miss. Owls trying to get off to a positive start here this afternoon on a Monday. 2-1. Sweeney fouls it off himself. And he'll take a moment to shake that one off. So the count now even at 2-2. Chatfield walking around a little bit, trying to walk it off. Coach Blood now comes out just to check on his player. You can tell where, I think it might have been off the ankle. Trainer comes out as well. Looks like he's just trying to walk it off. Wisconsin will have a meeting here at the mound just to give him some time. Looks like he's going to stay in. So count now 2-2. Just a foul off himself. Certainly did not feel good. And trying to reset and come through now here with Callie at third and 2 out. And here's Grewal's 2-2. And that bounces in the dirt. Another full count. Second Owls hitter this inning to go full in a count. Of course, the man at third, Evan Callie, is the other one. Worked ball 4 to start this one. And here's the 3-2. And he's going to poke it into left. It's going to get down a base hit, or into right. Scoring from third is Callie, and the Owls take an early 1-0 lead. So Chatfield, after fouling it off himself, comes through with an RBI single, and Keene's in front early. Once again, the Owls jumping out to an early advantage in the game. Getting the first run across. A nice clutch hit there from Jonathan Chatfield, and now he's at first with 2 out for Ethan Reyna. Reyna had a very nice day on Friday with a few hits. Average up to .319. Owls as a team trying to win their third in a row. Back to first, and just back in ahead of the tag. He didn't dive. Flipped it back over to first baseman Thomas Keogh. Big cut there from Reyna, and the count now even. Coach McKenna there at third base trying to give the signs. See if Chatfield is off from first base. Takes a big lead, does not go, and that's ball 2. State looking for not only their third win in a row, but also their third straight win over the Wolves. 2-1. Again, another big lead, and that's ball 3. So Grewal has had now a few 3-ball counts already here in the first inning. He'll flip back over, check on Chatfield. He's back in safely. Up to, this will be pitch number 22 here of the first inning. Certainly a lengthy inning. Chatfield still holding. Reyna rolls over this one to second. It gets through. That's a base hit for Ethan Reyna. Chatfield was able to get around it. And I think now we're going to have a discussion here with head coach Johnny Susi of Western Connecticut in his 26th season. He's going to talk to the umpire. I think he wants to know if Chatfield was in the way of that ball. If he got in the way there of second baseman Ryan Valley. And that's what he's talking about right now with the umpire. He heads back to the dugout. Here's Otis Fillet now with another RBI chance here in the first inning for the Owls, albeit with 2 outs. Fillet, though, had a home run on Friday in Game 2 in the win over UMass-Boston. Outside, a ball. So Chatfield now to second. Reyna at first. Fillet, Western Mass native, East Hampton. 1-0, foul back. Big cut there. The freshman Dominic Tagliaferro playing left field is on deck. Of course, Shea Zena will be on the bump here in Game 1. To face the Wolves lineup. 1-1 from Grewal. Another miss. Grewal very close to getting out of this jam, but a 2-out single scored Evan Cowley from Jonathan Chatfield, and then another hit from Ethan Reyna. Now he's gone to 3-1. Another good hitter's count here for Otis Fillet. Again, Dominic Tagliaferro would hit next if Fillet reaches. Chatfield dancing off second, maybe trying to distract him. Another grounder here to second. He's going to go for the tag, and it pops out. Oh, and now hung up here. They got to run here. Try to go home. It's going to try, and he's safe. Back to first. They're going to check on Fillet, and he's back in. So another play involving the second baseman, Valley. He went for the tag there on Ethan Reyna. It popped out, and they had Reyna hung up. And scoring was Chatfield amidst all the madness. I was saying, though, Chatfield, you had to just try to come home on that play. And it does indeed, after all that, get the inning to Tagliaferro, who looks at a ball. So craziness here in the first inning from Western Connecticut. A couple rollover ground balls to Valley at second. And then he goes for the tag there to end the inning, and the ball just popped out of his glove. So we'll see if Tagliaferro can come through with another RBI. Grewal already up to, this will be his 30th pitch. It is a strike. Owls jumping out, though, to an early advantage. Shea Zena will love to see that. But a 1-2 will be made here from Grewal. So Fillet now goes from first. It's called strike 3. And that will end the inning. But the Owls tack on a couple of runs. Takes us some crazy plays in the infield from Western Connecticut State. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Owls in front early, 2-0.
Looking for a new car? It's time to visit New Car Nissan of Keene. 600 new Nissan cars, trucks, and SUVs are available right now. Plus, New Car Nissan of Keene has the most competitive prices. Every new Nissan comes with New Car's complimentary 20-year, 200,000-mile protection plan. Drive worry-free for many miles to come. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships, attendance is encouraged, passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Wolves coming up here in the bottom of the first. We'll get a very quick look at their lineup. Jason Hanna will lead off in center. Brian Burkle at short bats second. Nick Moeller, the catcher, bats third. Thomas Keogh at first base is the number 4 hitter. Nick Lobono at third, bats fifth. Connor Corcoran, DH, bats sixth. Spencer Barnett in right field, bats seventh. Ryan Valley at second, bats eighth. And Richard Salonia, the number 9 hitter, in center field. Hanna shows bunt there on the first pitch from Shea Zena, who gets the start for the Owls today. 0-2, a .648 earned run average, 16 2/3 innings worked. He has 20 strikeouts this year to 10 walks. He's ahead on Hanna here, 0-1. And that's strike 2, quickly 0-2. Already looking for his first K of the day. Here it is. And he gets it. 3 pitches and 1 out. So Hanna down swinging. And it brings up Brian Burkle, the shortstop.
Number 11, Brian Burkle.
So good start for the number 1 hitter there for Zena. And it's going to be fouled back by Burkle. Burkle, the sophomore, you see, from Farmingdale, Connecticut. 0-1. Big cut and a big miss. So Zena once again quickly ahead of a hitter here. It's 0-2. Working pretty fast. Here it is. Called strike 3. Burkle rung up looking. And that's 6 pitches and now 2 outs for Shea Zena.
Catcher number 16, Nicholas Moeller.
Catcher now, Nicholas Moeller, digs in. Again, our player to watch on the WestCon side today. Coming in at an even .400 with 6 doubles. Also 17 batted in. First pitch to him, just misses. Zena, you got to think, was thinking about an immaculate inning. First 2 batters, 2 strikeouts on 6 pitches. But he will not have it now with that ball. And that one will miss high. It's now 2-0. And a big cut there from Moeller. He comes up empty. Well, certainly an intimidating presence at the plate for this Western Connecticut team. Although a team, again, that has really struggled to score runs. That one will miss, just out, and it's 3-1. So Zena significantly behind in the count for the first time today. Trying to keep this a 1-2-3 first. This is 3-1. And it's going to be popped up. Under it at third is McHugh. He makes the catch in the infield to end the inning. A 1-2-3 first for Shea Zena will head to the second. Owls in front.
College 2, Western 0.
national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions, with exclusive access.
Turn this music on, we still dancing.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State Area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at FentonDealerships.com.
Top half of inning number 2. There's Keene State golf coach Jeff Timmer on our shot there. Good weekend for the Owls in golf. Weather's starting to maybe turn nicer too. We'll certainly hope so. A couple days ago we had snow on this field. Kind of hard to believe with the beautiful day that we have here today. Alec Verano stands in and swings and misses at the first pitch for strike one. Big cut there, and he's behind Grewal now 0-2. Speaking of golf, of course, the Masters tournament concluding yesterday. An exciting victory for Rory McIlroy, who gets his first Masters win. An exciting finish against Justin Rose. And that's going to be strike 3. Verano rung up looking on just 4 pitches, and there's one down here in the top of the second. Bottom of the order now, the number 9 man, Luke Anderson, the second baseman. Pretty nice year for Anderson, 256 coming in. Looks at a strike, looked like it could have been a little low. But it is called the strike. Sophomore out of Milford, New Hampshire is going to ground this one to short. Burkle fires in time, and quickly 2 up, 2 down. Back to the top of the order now, and Evan Cowley, who led off this ball game with a walk, came around to score. The old adage comes back again, a leadoff walk does not often lead to anything good. Fouls that one back. Kelly, the junior out of Taunton, Mass. Grewal looking for a 1-2-3 second after a tough top of the first. Also, some defensive blunders for the Wolves. A couple weird ground balls hit the second base. Ryan Valley had a tag that would have ended the inning, but instead it led to the second Owls run. The ball popped out of his mitt. Cowley now behind 1-2. Grewal really needs a quick inning here because his pitch count is already up to 40. And here's his 1-2. Cowley grounds this one to first, fielded cleanly there by Keogh. He'll take it himself. And it is indeed a 1-2-3 second for Max Grewal. We'll head to the bottom half. Keene State in front, 2-0.
I worked in HVAC when I was in high school, and I really liked being on a job site. When Keene State came to my high school, the admissions counselor told me I could have a job on a job site and also make a difference on people's lives. He said being a safety engineer meant I could work with my hands, but also make sure that everybody was going to be home safely at the end of the day. The safety field is growing rapidly because companies are noticing that keeping their workers healthy means that they can keep their workers working. My plan is to graduate from Keene State so I can get back onto a job site as a safety engineer. It's great because there's jobs to choose from all over the United States, so I can basically go anywhere I want. Keene State is giving me the tools to make that happen.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Get a look there. Keene State head coach Justin Blood looks his team on here as we head to the bottom of inning number 2. A nice 1-2-3 first for Shea Zena. A couple strikeouts. And now we'll get 4, 5, and 6. It'll be first baseman Thomas Keogh to lead things off. Recorded the last out of the top half of the inning and now gets to lead things off at the dish. First pitch for Zena will miss high. Just 11 pitches as you see there in that first inning, so it was nice and clean. He did go to 3-1 on Nick Moeller, but got a pop out to end things. Here's the 1-0. And he's behind 2-0. First couple of batters he retired both via the strikeout on just 6 pitches. First one swinging, the next one looking. 2-0 is high, that's ball 3. So trying to come all the way back against Keogh, coming in at an even 300. There are some guys who can hit on this WestCon team. But again, broadly, their offense has really struggled. And just got pummeled a couple of weeks ago there against UMass-Boston, and that's a swing and a miss, so the count now full. Zena trying to battle all the way back and get his 3rd strikeout in the early going. Here's the full count pitch. Gonna get a grounder instead. Fillet, nice scoop, fires in time. 1 away. Now Nick Lobono, the 3rd baseman.
Now batting the 3rd baseman, number 23, Nick Lobono.
So just 6 pitches needed there to retire Keogh. Lobono coming in just hitting 150, and he's going to ground this one to Anderson, who fires in time. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 2nd. Are we going to say the top of an inning a few times today with WestCon being here, but of course playing as the home team due to this game originally scheduled to be played down in Danbury. And now here's Connor Corcoran, 6 for 18 on the season. And he looks at ball 1. Zeno looking for another fast inning. Had to go to 6 pitches on Keogh, but got Lobono to ground out on just 1. And that's a strike. He fires it in there to Corcoran. Corcoran at the DH position for game 1. 1-1. Ball skipped in the dirt, and he didn't offer. And we're in mid-April here. Hard to believe, but only a couple weeks left in the regular season for the Owls. That's strike 2. Count now even. They'll end their season in the early few days of May, and they'll take a trip up to Plymouth. So last year that was the senior day matchup here. This year it'll be played up there. And looks like time's going to be granted here to Corcoran. Not sure what the umpire's writing down, though. So Corcoran will dig back in. Count still even at 2 apiece. Zena looking for his third punch out. Here it is. Just off the plate, and the count is full. Also try not to allow his first base runner to this point. 3-2. And he gets him, swing and a miss. So Corcoran down. That's the third K of the afternoon already for Shea Zena. Heading to the third. Owls on top.
Looking for a new car? It's time to visit New Car Nissan of Keene. 600 new Nissan cars, trucks, and SUVs are available right now. Plus, New Car Nissan of Keene has the most competitive prices. Every new Nissan comes with New Car's complimentary 20-year, 200,000-mile protection plan. Drive worry-free for many miles to come. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes,
back here, top of inning number 3, Keene State coming up 2-3-4 as Evan McHugh leads it off against Grewal. And that's ball 1. McHugh goes after that one, hits it in the air to right, going back on it and making the catch. Nice play there from Spencer Barnett in right field to rob Evan McHugh of a hit, and there's one away. Here's Tommy Ehlers. Time up, grounded out, but did move Evan Cowley over to third, who would score on the 2-out single from Jonathan Chatfield. Got the Owls going here this afternoon offensively. Here's the 0-1, and just outside. We're all trying to settle down after that hectic first inning. Also, said didn't exactly get some help from his defense. Made some good pitches, got some rollovers, but unfortunately some sloppy play from the Wolves. Gave the Owls a couple of runs, at least the second run. First run was on of course, the base hit from Chatfield. Here's the 2-2. And he gets a piece of that one to stay alive. Absolutely gorgeous afternoon here in Keene. First time the sun's really been fully out for a game, it feels like, this year. And also warmer temps, getting over 60 today. And that's ball 3. Count goes full now to Ehlers. Starting to look more, though, like mid-April weather. And we had some snow here at least after the game Friday night into Saturday morning. That's ball 4, and Ehlers is aboard with a 1-out walk. It's the second walk that Grewal has issued. The first one came around to score in Evan Cowley. And now here's Chatfield 1 for 1 with the RBI single. And then that at bat, he fouled one off his foot. But came back to drive in the first run of the day for the Owls. They check Ehlers back to first. He's in safely. check on him again, and it's again easily back in. Don't believe there are disengagement rules here in Division III like with the majors. You can only now have 2 disengagements per at bat to check on runners. That was the case. He'd already used both of them there as Chatfield fouls that one back. Rawal now past the half century point. 51 pitches. Chatfield pops this one up. Under it is the third baseman, Labono, now coming back in fair ground. He makes the catch. And that's out number 2. Almost lost it. The ball almost dropped down in fair territory, but able to make the catch. And now here's Ethan Reyna. Came in today. Does get credit for a hit in his first AB. This is one that was rolled over to second. Chatfield was running over, of course, from first, heading to second base. Almost acted kind of as a screen in front of the ball for the second baseman, Valley. Ehlers goes now. The throw is not in time. It skips past the shortstop, Burkle. Valley able there to back it up. Keep it from going into center field. So, wise play there by the second baseman. But Ehlers does have the stolen base. So now into scoring position with 2 out. It's like he didn't go, and he did not. Reyna looking to come through here, ahead in the count now, 2-0. Ehlers dancing at second. Was able to get into the head of some UMass-Boston pitchers on Friday with some of his moves off second. Trying to perhaps kind of distract Rawal here a little bit. Here's a 2-1. And Reyna goes after that one into center, and it's going to hang up, though, for Richard Salonia to make the catch. So that is the inning. The Owls strand a man at second. We'll head to the bottom of the third here on the Owls Media Network.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess.
An incredible finish by Hall. The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships, attendance is encouraged, passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Get a look there at the trees in the outfield here of the Owl Athletic Complex. Shazina's retired the first 6 Wolves that he's faced today and now gets the bottom part of their order. It'll be the right fielder, Spencer Barnett, to lead things off in the bottom of the third. And 3 strikeouts already for the right-hander. Fouled back. Barnett hitting pretty well coming into today, 357. Here's the 0-1. That'll miss. Zena fires a 1-1, and it's going to be poked into center field, a base hit. So Barnett continues his good hitting season with a leadoff single, and the Wolves have their first base runner here in the third inning.
Now batting the second baseman.
And also their first hit. Now the second baseman, Valley, digs in. And was involved with a couple kind of strange plays in the first inning. A ground ball, he was right behind Jonathan Chatfield. It was almost acting as kind of a screen. Ball got right past him. And then he went to tag out a runner to end the inning, and the ball just popped right out of his glove, which ended up allowing the second run for Keene State to score. Chatfield came around, and he's now down 0-2 in the count. Here's the 0-2. Zena eyeing his fourth K potentially. Just off the plate. Decently packed slate of Major League Baseball games today. All of them beginning, of course, later at night. Sometimes Mondays can be a bit sparse in terms of the amount of games, but quite a bit today. Check back on Barnett there. He's ahead of the tag of Chatfield. 1-2 is hit in the air to center. Ayler's running over. He can't make the play, but luckily the ball dies, and now he's going to fire it in to the cutoff man, and runners are going to be at second and third with nobody out. I think they'll rule that a double probably for Valley. I don't think it hit off Ayler's glove. And that is indeed a double. Ayler's had a ways to go over to his right to try to make that play. Made a nice effort, but just couldn't come down with it. Luckily, though, this grass still really stiff. The ball does not really bounce around a lot behind him. But now an RBI chance for the number 9 man, Richard Salonia, the center fielder. Owls, you would think, would maybe surrender the run from third. They can record an out here. Certainly if they get a fly ball, gonna have no choice. 1-0. Big swing and a miss, and Salonia comes up empty there. Count now even at 1-1. Called strike 2. Zena, this would be a big spot to get his fourth K of the afternoon against Salonia. Comes in just 192. Here's the 1-2. Just high, and the count now even. Of course, first base is open. That would set up a double play situation, but then you got to go back to the top of the order. Jason Hanna, the center fielder's on deck. Zena fires the 2-2. Called strike 3, his fourth K of the afternoon. And it comes in a big spot. That's a big first out. Salonia down looking, and now here is Hanna. Hanna 0 for 1. Struck out his first AB on 3 pitches swinging. Zena trying to make sure he doesn't make contact again. Evan McHugh playing in a bit at third. Rest of the outfield, infield at normal depth. Swings through that one. So you'd think of a ground ball to third, that Barnett would probably not be able to score. I mean, he certainly could try it. There's the 0-1, and it's going to be grounded instead to second. Anderson will fire on in time. The run does score from third, and the lead cut in half. It's now 2-1. So Barnett comes across. The Wolves on the board, but now 2 outs. You'll certainly take this if you're Zena with second and third. If he can get out of it here with just one run allowed. Valley does move down to third now with 2 outs. Skipped in the dirt. Nice stop there by Callie. Saves a run. Zena trying to work out of this with minimal damage. Keep the Owls in front. And a 1-0 pitch to Burkle, and he foul tips it. Burkle, his first time struck out, also on 3 pitches, much like Hannah. He went down looking. It's going to be popped up, heading over. It's going to stay in fair territory, and making the catch in right is Reyna, and that will retire the side. But Western Connecticut on the board with a run. Zena, though, able to limit the damage. We head to the 4th. Owls lead by a run now.
So when I ask students why Keene State, the students say unanimously it's the sense of community. The feel when you walk on this campus is immediately a sense of belonging, a sense of safety, a sense of welcome, and a sense of opportunity and promise. And so I think our students feel that when they come to our campus, and they experience it when they join us. Why students choose this campus is the sense and feel, and also the opportunity and the promise of that opportunity for them when they're making the decision. And why they stay is that we deliver on that promise. We have students from urban environments, from rural environments, and when they come to Keene State in those first weeks of forming a new community, they bring all of those experiences together to create a better Keene State. It's a campus small enough to feel a sense of recognition and identity, and a campus big enough to feel part of something bigger than yourself. This isn't a passive experience, so please get engaged, find a club, make a new group of friends, get involved in a recreational sport activity, in an intramural sport, get involved in a creative performance, go see a show, be a part of this community, and squeeze everything you can out of Keene State. And if you do that, I am confident you will have an exceptional experience, and your life will be changed as a result of it.
Otis Fillet leads things off in the 4th inning for Keene State. Lead now cut in half at 2-1. 2-1. Ball fires in a first pitch strike. But a good job there in the bottom of the 3rd. Shea Zena able to limit the damage. They had 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. Only on the 1 and just on a ground out to 2nd. And Western Connecticut did strand a man at 3rd with 2 outs. Wall with a 1-1. Fillet will pop this one into left. It's going to dunk down for a base hit. So Fillet now 1 for 2. In the 1st inning via the error. And now here's Dominic Tagliaferro. Almost the first time since the 1st inning have the leadoff man aboard. See if Fillet is going at some point. And Tagliaferro bunts it foul for strike 1. Wall, that was his 60th pitch. Just 3 full innings worked. So if the Owls can keep this up, he would not be long for this game. Has obviously not pitched bad, but the pitch count has gotten up there. And we'll see if they send Fillet here at first base. Not going, and that time Tagliaferro pulls it back. That's a ball. First time up, Tagliaferro struck out. And that was to end the first inning. They'll throw back and check on Fillet. He's back in safely. We're all ready with a 1-1. And this time he's going to get it down, and beautifully done. Throw goes to first in time. But a perfect sacrifice bunt there laid down by Tagliaferro, and down to second goes Fillet with now just one out. So now an opportunity for Alec Verano to come through with a base hit, or perhaps more. Get at least another run maybe on the board for the Owls. Verano struck out his first time up. That one outside. Number 9 man, the second baseman Anderson, is on deck. Play now at second with one out after his leadoff single. Not close there again to Verano, and it's 2-0. It's 2-0 from Max Gual. Verano goes after that one and comes up empty. So we're all trying to battle back. Get ready to make a 2-1. And that's strike two. Count now even on Verano. But life has to not be fun. If you are, and they'll check back. I think we have a Rockies fan up here actually, but life has to not be fun. If you are a Rockies fan, having to go to the Dodgers tonight. You never know though with baseball. Is Colorado right now 3-12. Dodgers 11-6. But yeah, Ryan, director, just pointed out the Red Sox had a tough weekend in Chicago overall, so that was not fun. Almost getting swept. Here's the 3-2. That's ball forward to Verano. It does show, though, that certainly anything's possible in baseball. But nonetheless, the Red Sox just have to hit.
Number 2, Luke Anderson.
Had a terrific effort, of course, yesterday out of Garrett Crochet, who brought a no-hitter into the 8th inning against his old team. But still, even in the end, that one got tight. So now first and second, Luke Anderson digs in and looks at a ball. Gual in some trouble here in the top of the 4th. This will be pitch number 70 of his outing. And that's a strike. Count now 1-1. Some other matchups tonight. The Astros go to St. Louis, take on the Cardinals. Cubs go to San Diego. Well, the Padres are off to a really hot start, 13-3. In fact, they're first right now in the NL West. Should be a very fun division to watch all year. Tigers go to Milwaukee, take on the Brewers. Detroit got off to a kind of a slow start, but they're now 9-6. 2-1. This is high from Gual, and now he's in danger of loading the bases here for Evan Cowley in the top of the Owls order. Mets go to Minnesota. Mets are doing well, 10-5. Minnesota not so much, 5-11. Gual with a 3-1. Inside, ball 4. Another walk. Gual is seemingly starting to lose some control here in the 4th. He's walked 2 now, and the bases are going to be loaded. It's going to be a mound visit here for the Wolves before he'll deal with Evan Cowley. Braves will head to Toronto. Toronto right now first in the AL East at 9-7. Obviously still very early. The Red Sox head to Tampa to take on the Rays. Royals head to the Bronx to take on the Yankees. Both of those teams right around 500. Giants, another team that's off to a really good start at 11-4, go to Philly. And the Nationals go to the Pirates. Both of those teams struggling to start the year. Nats 6-9, Pirates 5-11. But back to this game now. Here's Evan Cowley. And he goes after the first one, hits it in the air to center. Hanna back on it. Gonna make the catch. The runner, though, will tag. That's Fillet. He's gonna score easily, and the Owls lead back to 2. It's 3-1 now. So nice piece of hitting there from Evan Cowley. Goes after the first one, gets it in the air for the sac fly. And the Owls have at least another run. So they get that run back from the bottom of the third. Lead back to 2. Evan McHugh now. That one just misses from Gual. Both runners, other runners stayed put at first and second. Verano at second and Anderson at first. That one up high. That's ball 2 now to McHugh. Again, Grewal has already walked 2 this inning. If you walk McHugh, it'll reload the bases, and Tommy Ehlers, obviously the Owls' best hitter on deck. Certainly don't want to have to face him in this situation. The 2-0, and it's going to be popped out of play, foul. One kind of jamming McHugh in on the hands. McHugh 0 for 1 today on the line score, but does have a walk. He's reached base once. Here's the 2-1, and it's in the dirt. Ball 3. He's in danger of walking another man. And that would be his third this inning, and he's right around 80 pitches now here with just 3 2/3 worked. Ehlers 0 for 1 on deck, but still a very dangerous hitter. A 3-1. And he's going to pop this one up. It's probably going to get him out of the inning. And, oh, no, it won't. It's dropped. Now they got another runner hung up in just a similar situation. They're going to throw home. That ball gets away. And another run is in. Verano scores. And it's 4-1 Owls. It was just dropped there at first base by Thomas Keogh. And just the sloppy infield defense continues for the Wolves. They should have been out of the inning, and instead they're going to have to face Ehlers. Not with the bases loaded, but with another run in, a man at third, and now a man at first. So this, I believe, will be pitch number 82 for Grewal. Again, made a good pitch and should have been out of this inning. Instead, he's not, and now Ehlers pops this one into the left. Coming in on it, it's dying, and it gets down. Another run is in. In fact, both runs are in, and Ehlers to second base. And that one just died there in front of Solonia. Just a very sloppy game being played right now by Western Connecticut State. You can see why. Of course, those runs will be unearned for Grewal. And just kind of a glimpse of why they've struggled so much this year. Again, coming in, we're just 5-12 and winless, at least to this point in the LEC. at 0-4. But certainly the pop-up to Keene should have had him out of this inning. Still at just 3-1, but 3 runs since have come in now for the Owls. I think they might have gotten out of it there with the pop-up from Ehlers. Just was able to get in front of the left fielder. Now Ehlers at second for Chatfield. He pops one up. Let's see if this will be trouble. Over in foul ground, it's going to drop. So that's strike 2. The inning will continue. Release another pitch. And nobody able to get to that one. And the sun at this time can be tough. But in the case of Keene at first, the ball was in his glove and it just popped out. Here's a 1-2. And that's strike 3 called, so Grewal will get the K there. And finally, the inning is over, but the Owls tack on 4 thanks to some more sloppy defense from Western Connecticut. Heading now to the bottom half in front, 6-1.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships, attendance is encouraged, passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State Area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
This has just been a wild one here from the Owl Athletic Complex on this Monday. Chase Zena back out there now with a 6-1 advantage to work with. Again, a lot of these runs for the Owls today have come in just thanks to bad baseball, especially in the infield from Western Connecticut. As the catcher, Moeller, leads off 0-for-1 with a pop out his first time up. Count now even with him at 1-1. That'll miss, and the count now 2-1. Zena got to think just trying to attack hitters here. Being provided now with a 5-run cushion. Just last inning, this was a 1-run game. Ball 3. He did fall behind Moeller his first time up by the same count. But that time got a pop out on the 3-1 pitch. See what happens here. And instead, it's going to be ball 4. So Moeller is aboard for the first time via the walk. Again, the best hitter on this Western Connecticut team. But you also don't want to walk the leadoff man, especially after you now have a 5-run cushion. And now here's the first baseman, Keene, trying to make up for that error last half inning. Again, it was a pop-up to him that could have ended the inning at 3-1. But instead, he dropped it. Another run came in for the Owls, and they got 2 more in the inning. Pops this one over us, going onto the softball field. Actually rolls over towards the dugout now. Busy day here back on Friday. Softball also had a doubleheader against these Wolves. 0-2. And it looks like he held up. He did. That's ball one. Keene State off to a good start here in game one. 1-2. Just misses. I think Zeno might have wanted that one, but will not get the call. Two. Foul tip to the mitt and held on to by Cali. That's strike three. So that's the 5th K of the afternoon, and Keogh down swinging.
Now batting the third baseman, number 23, Nick Labono.
Nick Labono now the third baseman. That'll miss, ball one from Zena. Here's his 1-0. That one will find the plate for a strike. Owls last year played Western Connecticut State. It was a home game for the Owls, or a home doubleheader. That was over at University of St. Joseph in West Hartford, Connecticut. Owls got the sweep. It's back on a Saturday. It was April 6th of last year. Here's a 2-1. And he fouls that one off of Cowley, and that's strike two. That will take a minute, but it looks like he's okay. Never feel good, get those. I think it got the chest protector. Be pitched 56 for Zena, with the leadoff man Moeller at first with one out. Here it is. And he's going to get a grounder right back to Zena. Flips to second for one and on to first for two. A double play to end the inning. So Shea Zena works around the leadoff walk. We'll head now to the 5th. Keene State up by 5.
We are Keene State. Here, we believe that everyone is welcome and anything is possible.
Look closer. We are a tight-knit community, an inclusive community, where people can be their true selves. Bring your ability, background, culture, or traditions, whatever makes you you.
You already have what it takes. Welcome to Keene State.
Get a look there at the Owls dugout as they have it's like 5, 6, and 7 due up. Ethan Reyna will lead things off. All smiles there right now, though, and it has been at least to this point today. Working with a 5-run lead, trying to add on here against Grewal. And the score would indicate that Grewal has not pitched great. Obviously, he has gotten into some trouble, but really, in a lot of cases, the WestCon defense has let him down. especially last inning. That's a strike. Some of these runs today, of course, scored off them, not earned due to errors. WestConn is committed 2. Keene State, to this point, none. Behind Reyna now, 2-1. Reyna 1 for 2. Single in his last time up. Geraldo getting up there in the pitch count. He's right around 90. This will be number 89. Here's the 2-2. And he gets Reyna swinging. Have to fire on to first to complete the strikeout, and that is a K. 4th of the day for Gerwal. Good stop there by Moeller. Just had to fire to first to complete it. And now Otis Fillet. 1 for 2, singled his last time up. To lead off last inning. Both innings, the Owls have scored runs. The first and the fourth. They had the leadoff man on both times. And Fillet started that rally last inning. 1-0. And he goes after this one and grounds it into right field. Another base hit. Fillet 2 for 3 on the afternoon. And now Dominic Tagliaferro, the left fielder in game 1. Expect to potentially see, may or may not see Zena in left in game 2. Obviously pitching here in game 1. Fillet at first, and Gerwal fires in a strike. Tagliaferro last time up helped drive in a run. Actually, no, that was a sac bunt, and was able to move over Fillet with 1 out. It's a beautifully laid sac bunt too. Got it right down the first base line in fair ground. They'll check on Fillet, and he's back in easily. See if they try to run him here again. Tagliaferro just gets the inside corner, and he's down 1-2. Got to think this is the last inning of work for Max Gerwal. They do have action in their bullpen. And this will be 95 pitches right here. And he gets Tagliaferro swinging. So that's his 5th K of the afternoon and 2nd in the inning. And now it gets it to Alec Verano, the DH. Looks like right now the Wolves have a lefty warming in their pen. Can't tell though from this distance who it is. First pitch outside. Owls scored double-digit runs in game 1 against UMass-Boston last Friday. Of course, Mercy ruling them in 8 innings, 10-0. Game was quite a surprise, especially for Keene State, who had struggled so much against the Beacons. Had lost 19 straight coming in. UMass-Boston, of course, one of the best teams record-wise in the LEC. And then in the second game, got very close to score double digits, scored 9. 2-1 from Gerwal, not close. And he's in danger of walking another man here. Gerwal has issued some free passes today, and as it often does, it has come back to bite him on a few occasions. Verano pops this one up. We'll see if Keogh will make the play. Instead, it's the catcher, and he drops it in foul ground. So that's going to be probably another error, that time on the catcher, Moeller, as he just dropped it in foul territory. And so Another instance of the inning, a case where the inning should have been over. It's going to continue for at least another pitch, and we'll see if Verano can make him pay. Delay will be off from first with 2 outs and the full count pitch. And here it is from Grewal. Not close, ball 4. So Verano reaches via the walk. And now here's Luke Anderson.
Second baseman, number 2, Luke Anderson.
And no motion to the bullpen. Grewal now at 101 pitches. But again, another case where it should have been out of the inning. That's the 3rd error committed by the Wolves defense today. As it was dropped, a drop pop-up in foul territory by the catcher Moeller. That's strike 1 to Anderson. Count now even. Decent crowd in the seats here for game 1. Of course, a weekday game. Supposed to be played on a Saturday originally. 1-1. Going to be grounded over to short. Burkle charges on it. Flips to first. Not in time. Should be an infield hit for Luke Anderson, and the bases are loaded. We'll see if this brings out. Yeah, and indeed, that's probably going to be it for Max Grewal. So it came in as, again, Western Connecticut's best pitcher. Did not get help at all today from his defense, but also put himself in some tough situations with some walks. And I think this is going to be a move to the bullpen. But I don't know, though. This might be just a conference with Coach Susi. I don't think he made a motion to the bullpen. And now Grewal will come walking off, and that is indeed going to do it. So we'll take a break. Going to get our first pitching change of the afternoon here in just a moment on the Owls Media Network.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season. The confetti is going to fall.
There she goes, and she's got it. How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport.
First pitching change of the afternoon for Western Connecticut, and it's going to be the lefty Quinn McGuire coming in. 0-3, 6.46 ERA here in 2025. 18 strikeouts to 12 walks. He's going to be greeted by the top of the Owls order with the bases loaded and 2 outs, so Grewal could not finish the 5th inning. It's through 4 2/3. 6 total runs came in against them to this point. Obviously, not all of them earned. But he does leave the bases loaded and 2 outs, so still chance for some more runs to be allowed. This one going to be grounded to second and flipped on to first there in time from Valley, and that will end the threat. So the Owls not able to get anything across. They leave the bases loaded. We head to the bottom of the 5th in front, 6-1.
New Car has over 1,700 pre-owned vehicles, the largest selection of inventory in New Hampshire. New Car Nissan of Keene has the most competitive prices. With a selection of over 30 brands, New Car has exactly what you need across the Granite State. Find your new car from any of New Car's family of dealerships throughout the Northeast and get it shipped to New Car Nissan of Keene for free. Plus, we'll deliver your new car right to your door. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
I remember writing in the 2nd grade that I wanted to be a teacher, and I always knew that I was going to be a teacher. I started school a year early, and it created challenges for me because I wasn't able to pick up material as fast as the other students. Outside of school, my Jaju would quiz me on my math facts and read with me. It showed me that even though I had challenges in school, there were still people who wanted to help me. In high school, I knew I had to work harder than everyone else to get the same results, but I had teachers that would help me in subject areas outside of their own because they could relate to how I felt. The way these interactions with my Jaju and my teachers made me feel while I was learning is the inspiration for how I'd like my students to feel. I'm able to build relationships and be vulnerable with my students when they're struggling because I've been in their shoes and I know exactly how they feel. Being able to relate to them from my own experience has become a massive asset in becoming a teacher.
Connor Corcoran will lead off the bottom of the 5th for the Wolves. Shea Zena trying to work into his 5th inning today. And he hits Corcoran on the first pitch, so another leadoff base runner here for the Wolves. That one getting away from him, and now here's Barnett, the right fielder. Ironically, the back part of the Wolves order is the one that produced their only run to this point. Barnett actually came around to score the first run, and he got on with a leadoff single there in the bottom of the 3rd. That was the first hit they had today. 2 hits to this point. So now Corcoran leads after being hit by pitch to lead off the inning, popped out of play, foul. Count now 1-1. Western Connecticut has had a couple games recently postponed, not LEC games, but it's supposed to play the University of Mount St. Vincent. And then back on April 10th, supposed to play at John Jay College in New York. That one going to be hit hard down the left field side, but it's going to twist foul. So Barnett put a big swing into that one, but luckily for the Owls, nothing to show for it as it drifts left of the foul line. Count now 1-2. Either trying to earn another strikeout, perhaps a double play. So got him out of the last inning in the 4th, outside. So that was pitch number 61 for Zena. Through 4+ innings worked at this point. And here's his 2-2. Barnett stays alive. Ryan Valley, the second baseman, is on deck. Corcoran at first with the hit by pitch to start the inning. 2-2 again. Just off the plate and a full count. Zena trying not to allow the first two base runners on here in the fifth with a 5-run lead. Full count pitch, inside, ball 4, and so Barnett on for the second time today, this time via the walk. Now to the number 8 man, the second baseman, Valley. Valley had pretty good numbers again coming in today, 373. So Zena trying to work out of a little jam here in the bottom of the fifth. First two runners have reached, nobody out. And he's gonna get a grounder. It's gonna be through the hole into left field. Stopping at third is Corcoran, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. So hit by pitch, a walk, and now a base hit as the base is loaded for the left fielder, Salonia. So Valley now 2 for 2. Doubled his first time up and now a single. Salonia looks at a strike. Got the call there, it might have been a little off. He did strike out his first time up. Zena looking for another one here. Strike 2. And a delayed call again from the home plate umpire. Owls now getting action going in their bullpen. Here's an 0-2 from Zena. Salonia staying alive, just gets a piece of that one. Fouls it to the backstop. A big spot this would be right here for Zena. If he can earn a strikeout. It's like Daniel Kentaffi is one of those relievers for the Owls warming right now. Can't tell who the other one is at the moment. Here's an 0-2, and that one not close. Certainly would think Owls would trade a double play here for a run. If he can get it. 1-2. Called strike 3. So Salonia rung up for the second time today on strikes. And a big first out from Shea Zena. And now back to the top of the order, it's Hannah. Last time up, grounded out, but did drive in the first run for the Wolves. And now he's going to pop this one up into center. Ehlers camped under. It's not very deep. The runner's going to try and tag. No, he bluffs. Throw hits the cutoff man, and there's 2 away. So Zena, a huge second out now. Now just 1 out away from getting out of a huge jam with nothing allowed. But he's got to go through Burkle first. And Burkle 0 for 2. That's Liam Conley, actually, the other pitcher. So they have Kentaffi and Conley both warming in the pen. That's a ball, and it's 1-0. Burkle has not reached to this point, 0 for 2. Cade his first time up. 1-0. That's a strike. Zena trying to work out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam. Trying to get out of it unscathed completely. A strikeout and then got a fly out to center. He's 1 strike away now. And the fly out not deep enough to Ehlers in center to where Corcoran could try to tag up. He bluffed, but headed back to third. Here's a 1-2. Zena trying to get out of it totally. Fouled back by Burkle, and he stays alive. This would be a huge spot. Huge moment in the game. If he can get out of this with nothing allowed. Be a big missed opportunity, too, for the Wolves to get back in the game. Zena 1 pitch away. He sets. Here's his 1-2. Oh, and it's just off the plate. Count now even at 2-2. Owls wanted the called third strike. Bases right now full of Wolves. Twos all around. Here's the pitch. And he hits it in the air to right. Reyna, though, is camped under it. He makes the catch. And Shea Zena with masterful job there to get around the bases loaded, nobody out situation with no runs allowed. We'll head to the 6th. Keene State still leading by 5.
When we put this uniform on, we're preparing to serve our home state of New Hampshire. We serve part-time in our own communities and for our families and friends. In any emergency or disaster, you can count on the soldiers of the New Hampshire Army National Guard to be there. Our mission here at home is to make life better for everyone, and the benefits we earn help us improve our own lives. Learn more about part-time service with the New Hampshire Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/NH.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State Area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty on no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
What a job there by Shea Zena to be able to work out of that jam with nothing allowed. Owls now coming up in the top of the 6th. 2, 3, 4. McHugh, Ehlers, and Chatfield all to bat against Quinn McGuire, who only threw one pitch to get out of that bases loaded 2-out jam. Got Evan Cowley to ground out to end the inning. So McGuire back out there and popped out a play foul, and 1-1 now on the cue. That's ball 2. So Western Connecticut already into their bullpen. Had to go to, of course, last inning in the 5th. And that one across nicely for a strike. And the count now even on McHugh. McHugh 0 for 3, trying to reach for the first time. Here's the 2-2. And he goes after this one, hits it in the air to right. Camped under it, though, is Barnett. Makes the catch for the first out of the 6th. Now here's Ehlers. Came in 433. He's got 2 RBIs already to add to his 23 on the season to this point, so make it 25 now. And has walked as well. Fouls off the first one from McGuire. McGuire coming in, and you're well over 6 out of the WestCon bullpen. And Ehlers stings that one into center, a base hit. He's now 2 for 4. And of course, always a threat to run on the base paths. And now Chatfield comes up against the lefty for the first time. Chatfield, team leading 5 homers. Always a threat to leave the yard. Swings hard. Doesn't get cheated up there. And that one low for ball one from Quinn McGuire. Today, though, Chatfield 1 for 2. RBI single in the first inning that got the scoring open today. Skipped in the dirt. Nice stop there behind the dish by Moeller. Able to hold Aylers on first for now, but now the count is 2-0. That's what the Owls do in the bottom of the sixth as far as the pitching goes. Zena, of course, has worked 5, just the 1 earned. Of course, they had double barrel action there with that jam. They had Liam Conley and Daniel Kintafi both throwing. A couple of righties, the 2-1. Skipped in the dirt. And it's now 3-1 in danger of another base runner here. Aylers at first with the 1-out single. 3-1 to Chatfield. Fouls it back, and it's a full count now.
Come on, Chatty. Win, Chat. Let's go.
See if Aylers tries to get going here with a 3-2 pitch. Of course, 1 out still. And he is going. Chatfield swings and misses. The throw to second is not in time. Another stolen base for Tommy Aylers. Chatfield is down swinging for out number 2. But now an RBI spot for Ethan Reyna. Good stop there actually at shortstop, covering by Brian Burkle. Ball almost was thrown into the outfield. Swing and a miss there from Reyna. He's behind 0-1. Another steal for Tommy Aylers. So now into scoring position, but with 2 outs. And we're going to have a mound visit here from Moeller. Talk with McGuire about how to approach this. He is ahead, though, of Reyna 0-1. Got another left-handed hitter in Otis Fillet on deck. Reyna trying to drive in the Owls' 7th run, or perhaps more, with 2 outs. And he's quickly down 0-2. McGuire trying to strand Aylers at second, who reached via the base hit with an out. Here's the 0-2. Just off the plate. So McGuire's thrown, again, just threw 1 pitch last inning to get the 3rd out. This will be pitch number 17 here of his first, perhaps, full inning of work. That'll miss. Count now even on Reyna. Reyna does have a hit, 1 for 3. If the Owls can sweep the doubleheader today, they would improve their overall record a lot closer to 500 to 12-13. Of course, just looking for the win first here in game 1. Aylers goes from second to swing and a miss. It's not going to matter. Reyna strikes out to end the 6th inning. So the Owls strand the 1-out base runner. Will head to the bottom of the 6th, still in front.
Welcome to Hurt Skirt or Just Hurt. Our first contestant is suffering from knee pain from a recent running incident. What do we think, audience? Hurt Skirt or Just Hurt? Why not try Hurt Skirt? Make your recovery hassle-free with Hurt Skirt, a patent-pending, stretch-to-fit, hot-cold therapeutic sleeve, proven to stay cold longer and still remain completely mobile. Drop the ice, skirt the hurt.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
Back for the the bottom of inning number 6. Shea Zena back out there to begin, and we're joined now by the Director of Keene State Athletics, Marty Testo. Happy to have you on, Marty. You get to talk some baseball here today. One of my favorite things too. Probably my favorite thing about sports.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this for sure. This weather, a little LEC matchup here. Yeah, nothing better. And it's Monday. It's a great way to start the week, right?
Always want to start it. Always makes you feel a little better when the week starts with weather like this.
It's true. It's true. And, where are we here? It's interesting. You got to remember, right? We're playing in Keene, but we're the visitors.
Yeah.
That's a tough thing to remember sometimes.
Yeah,
I like the way the scoreboard looks.
I do too. Certainly at this point. It's been a kind of a weird game in a lot of ways. Some sloppy defense from Western Connecticut. Keene's gotten some hits certainly when they need it. They've got 7.
Yeah, a decent amount of hits through the first 5.5 innings of play for sure. Looks like, I'm just getting here now. Looks like they've cashed in on a few. You just got to take it inning by inning, pitch by pitch. And, for right now, it's a game of counting outs now at this point, right?
Yeah, to the bottom of the 6th. Their best hitter right now, Moeller, up at the dish, but with a full count. Zeno looking for another punch out, and it won't get it there. That's ball 4.
Not the way you want to start an inning with a 5-run lead. Obviously, you want them to earn their way on base, challenge up there and see what happens. But Shea's a competitor. He'll get right back to work here. This guy.
It has had a couple leadoff base runners, but for the most part, it has worked around him. Now Keogh came in an even 300 and now hits this one in the air to center. Ehlers looks like he's got it, and he does for the first out.
One pitch away here, get a ground ball, get back in the dugout.
Did get a ground ball double play actually right back to him. I believe it was to end the 4th.
I've seen quite a few of the games, whether live or on stream here. I'm guessing that this is probably a pretty lengthy outing for Shea, which is great. Give them some depth on the starter as a starter. And, Little East play is awesome in a sense. 2 9-inning baseball games, in my mind, the way baseball should be played. I don't know anything but a 9-inning game. So anytime you can get, 15, 18 outs from your starter, it allows you to keep some arms available for the second game.
Yeah, definitely gives your bullpen a rest. They do still have, looks like Conley. I think it might still be Kentafi as well. Same guys who were warming up last inning. Maybe just keep them loose.
Yeah, it definitely looks like the bullpen is active. I see a lot of people down there. But no, that's good. Shea Zena is a competitor. You know that. He's going to give them his best stuff every time he's out there to keep them in the game. So anything he can do from this point on to keep getting outs is going to be beneficial to that bullpen.
Fires in another strike there. Now count even with Keogh, or excuse me, that's Nick Labono, the third baseman. That can be fun to watch when he's effective with it. Here's a 2-2, misses low.
I've had the pleasure of watching Shea pitch for a long time before he became an owl. So, again, to watch him grow and develop into the player that he is pretty special. Great kid, on and off the field. Pleasure to have him.
3-2. And again, that misses low, so another walk. That's the second issued by him this inning. And it gets it now to the DH, Corcoran.
pitch away, as long as he can induce a ground ball. Hopefully he can get ahead here and maybe get some way back on.
You obviously were an assistant here from, I believe, 7 seasons, 06 to 2012. How was that? Awesome.
Some of the best years of my life. You know, I was able to coach some really good players, really good players. You know, we had some success for sure. It was definitely to put that uniform on as a coach and a player. Some good runs, some good rides.
Also got to manage the NECBL Swamp Bats here in town over some of the summers. That must have been great.
Yeah, another tremendous opportunity to be able to coach in the NECBL. You know, work under Kevin Waterson and Vicki Bacon, and that organization is A+. And you know, just immerse myself more in the community and bring such a special brand of baseball to Keene was just an awesome experience.
You know, now trying to come back from all the way down 3-0, and he gets a strike there on Corcoran. Trying not to load the bases, but he did get out of, I'm sure you saw that last inning, got out of that jam. Nothing allowed. He's in another one here, though. That's ball 4, third walk of the inning.
Yeah, definitely not want to be in a situation here where you got, you know, free bases, right? Not really characteristic of Shea. You know, could be a point where he's, you know, he could be getting tired again. I think this is probably one of his longer outings of the season, and it looks like, based on what we're seeing on the field, it's they're going to go to the bullpen.
Going to the bullpen, indeed. We'll take a quick break here on the Owls Media Network. Looks like Liam Conley will come in. Pretty good day, though, for Shea Zena, and Owls trying to get out of it. We'll be right back.
I pledge.
I pledged.
I pledged. I pledged.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
When we put this uniform on, we're preparing to serve our home state of New Hampshire. We serve part-time in our own communities and for our families and friends. In any emergency or disaster, you can count on the soldiers of the New Hampshire Army National Guard to be there. Our mission here at home is to make life better for everyone, and the benefits we earn help us improve our own lives. Learn more about part-time service with the New Hampshire Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/NH.
So Liam Conley now enters the game with the bases loaded, 1 out. Owls at the moment still in front 6-1. Comes in 1-1, a 6.23 ERA. And this will be his 9th appearance of the year. Kind of local out of Marlow, New Hampshire. Went to Keene High School.
Yeah, another kid I got to see grow up playing baseball. So yeah, Liam's a great kid, and you know, he's transitioned into a relief pitcher. You know, a former position player, has a good arm. Good situation for him here. He's a good single ball guy. Hopefully get some weak contact on the ground ball here and get out of here.
Hoping he can do that against Barnett, who's been a little bit of trouble, 1-for-1 with a walk as well. Fouls the first one away.
That's what you see right there. Get ahead in the count, and you know, make sure that you're dictating the at-bat, not the other.
It's kind of that interesting side angle. Not quite sidearm, but It's like a 3/4, and he's quickly ahead here, 0-2. So that's what you want to see right out of the pen.
Absolutely. Strikes out of the bullpen are critical, for sure, especially in these type of situations. But again, keep pitching on the offense here. You can make your pitch to your spot, and the hitter's got to be on defense.
Conley ahead 0-2, looking for an out here, and just misses low.
It's a great 1-2 pitch. Great 1-2 pitch. Conley seems like he's got a good feel right now.
Yeah, try to get him to chase. Obviously, 0-2, you can pretty much throw anything you want.
Yeah. Just want to be careful you don't get too much white.
And now here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he gets him. Swinging on just 4 pitches, so big second out. And now 1 out away from getting out of this jam.
Yeah, that's a great sequence, right? 2 early strikes at the bottom of the zone and then elevated, changed the eye level and got a swing through. So really good sequence there by Liam.
It's up to the second baseman, Valley, now to keep things going in this inning for the Wolves. Conley fires ball 1, trying to get out of this jam, and Shea Zena wants to see it so he can end the day with just 1 earned run.
It's usually when you see the starter on the fence, he's like the biggest fan of Conley right now, right?
Yeah, he's like, keep me at just the 1 run today.
Yeah.
That's ball 2.
Yeah, the exact opposite in this circumstance right here. Right now you're 2-0, right? And you really got no place to put him. You want to try to make a good strike right here, but again, I'm guessing the hitter's going to be pretty aggressive in the zone right now.
Yeah, Valley certainly in the driver's seat on a 2-0, and he fists that one off foul. Kind of a weird swing there. Might have got in on the hands a little bit.
Yeah, really good pitch, 2-0. Looks like he got, on the inner half, which looked like the hitter struggled.
Certainly got to be better, I would think, on a day like today when you get jammed than it was, let's say, on Friday when it's 40 degrees and overcast.
That's for sure.
He's going to ground it to McHugh, who will fire. Nice pick there by Chatfield, and that is the inning. Conley with nice work.
Yeah, great job by Liam Conley right there. Really tough situation. Coming in, bases loaded, only 1 out, and was able to get a strikeout in the rebound ball. Great job by him.
We'll head to the 7th, still 6-1 Owls.
At Keene State College, life is an adventure. You'll forge your path forward. As an owl, you'll take on challenges in the classroom, field, court, or track. Every worthwhile adventure has its share of blood, sweat, and tears. It takes hard work and dedication. No owl flies alone on their journey at Keene State. Teammates, coaches, professors, alumni, and fellow owls are with you along the way. They lift you up as you continue forward. When you're part of Owl Nation, you become the person you truly want to be.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
Liam Conley with some great work to leave the bases loaded there with, came in, bases loaded, 1 out for the Wolves, and probably maybe the happiest man in the dugout right now has got to be Shea Zena. Seeing him come in and leave those runners on.
Absolutely. Obviously, the starters do their job. Sometimes they have to leave the game, runners on base. That's just the confidence that Coach Slaughter players have. Going to the bullpen in those situations. That's a great mentality.
So Fillet will lead off the top of the 7th. Still with a 5-run lead for the Owls. And looks at a ball. Quinn McGuire back out there. He's worked now an inning in the 3rd and has done some nice work against these lefties.
Yeah, I watched him from the side before I came up. Looked like the ball came out of his hand pretty good little spinner. So it looks like, again, in his situation right now, he's just trying to hold the Owl offense at bay to give his team a chance to get back in. So hopefully we can extend this lead, grind some at-bats out, and keep the pressure on Westwood.
Yeah, the big inning, Owls got 2 in the 1st, but the big inning for them was that 4th where they scored 4. That one dropped behind the plate by Moeller, but in for strike 2, and now count even on Fillet, who's 2 for 3.
Again, grinding out at bats, deep count, making the pitcher work.
2-2. This is high. Give me an opportunity to talk some MLB baseball. Of course, you're a Yankees fan. I'm a Red Sox fan. Both off to kind of, I guess, maybe similar starts, although that's strike 3 on Fillet. Red Sox really have not hit lately, though.
Yeah, I don't follow the Sox like you do.
No, of course.
But,
I don't follow, yeah.
But again, I follow baseball. It's not that I dislike the Sox, obviously, as a Yankee fan.
Oh, yeah, it's normal.
Rivalry, but I think the Yankees have their problems of their own right now with their pitching staff. And, it'll be interesting. Again, it's early. It looks like the AL East is going to be pretty much jumbled up against each other all year. But yeah, it's the Yanks took some blows to their pitching staff early before the season started with Cole and Gill, and so it'll be interesting to see how they overcome those 2 spots and try to stay competitive in the AL East.
Yeah, I mean Cole certainly was. I mean Gill's been pretty good for them too.
Yeah, I mean rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Right? So he just started a throwing program. Coming off a lat strain, so you never know. They're talking 6-8 weeks. That's a long time. It'll take some time to rev him up. And, then again, you just hope that he stays healthy. He's a young pitcher, and it looks like he has a promising future.
Ball 3 now to Tagliaferro. So Quinn falling behind a hitter here. But kind of interesting. Obviously, still, 16 and change games into the year. Still very early, but Toronto is right now leading the division 9-7. That's a strike, but obviously still a long way to go. The Orioles off to kind of a slow start as well. A lot of these teams in the AL East right now, like you said, Marty, kind of just jumbled up against each other here in the month of April.
Yeah, it's early. Teams are still trying to find their way coming out of spring training. They think they have a pretty good plan, and then some injuries here and there can derail it. And to me, it's you want to see at this point you're going to see some people get at bats, some people get innings, and stay healthy, right, and come up with a plan.
Yeah, certainly don't want to lose any big players early in the season for any team. Just had a nice day, a couple walks in 3 at bats. Has struck out the other time, but getting on base.
That's the name of the game. Find your way to a base.
1-0 to him. Will miss high. So McGuire battled back there to get Tagliaferro. Pops out to Moeller, the catcher. 2-0. Looked like he offered, and he did. That's strike. Strike 1.
It's like a premeditated swing right there, right? Ronald thought he was going to get something good. 2-0, possibly a fastball. He can get loose on it. Got a breaking ball and just couldn't hold it up.
Yeah, sometimes in those, when you're so ahead in the count like that, yeah, and he goes there again now, even at 2-2. But sometimes when you're ahead like that, you're almost fully committed before the pitch is even thrown.
It happens. We like to call them premeditated swings.
He's going to ground this one to short, fielded by Burkle. Throw in time, and that's a 1-2-3. 7th inning from Quinn McGuire. He continues to do nicely out of the bullpen. We'll head to the bottom half. Keene State still leads 6-1.
We know you will find your community along Appian Way here at Keene State College. Over a campfire on the Student Center lawn. In some friendly games and competition. Or in a club you connect to at the Student Involvement Fair. Maybe you will find your people on the courts, in a cheering section in the stands, at the rink on the ice, skating as an owl, or chilling in the yoga studio. Your connections may take place on the quad, listening to music, hanging out with friends, participating in a Keene State tradition like Pumpkin Palooza, or working on a group project, studying with classmates. Maybe your talents will bring you together with your community on one of our stages, in the main theater, or the recital hall at the Redfern Arts Center. For us, community is all about the people you meet and the connections you make. At Keene State, our community is really about you.
Liam Conley back out there. Get a look at a couple dogs there. It's been a theme this year. We've gotten a lot of dogs on the camera shots. Oh, and a helicopter there. There you go.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
Gotta love the scenery here from Miles Complex. You can see a lot of cool things. You just look up in the sky or just look around.
It's especially nice when you get a day like today. The sun's out.
Yeah, we talked about even putting some sunblock on today for this.
Might be the first time you need it this year.
There it is again. That first pitch is critical, right? You want these relievers throwing strikes, getting ahead, dictating the at-bat. So Coach Blood running Conley back out there. Feels good about him. You know, this is what you want out of your bullpen.
Yeah, and he did very nice work to work out of that jam last inning. This bobble by McHugh, he recovers in time and fires for the first out. Good job there by Evan McHugh, not panicking.
Stayed down on it. Ball took a little bit of a tricky hop. Stayed down on it. As we like to say, tackled it and threw it to first.
Yeah, when you panic a lot of times in those situations, that's when you get bad throws. But realize he still had enough time and recovers, makes the nice play.
Yeah, and a lot of that, and there again, you see strike one in that pitch. A lot of that, too, is pre-pitch stuff, Ryan, right? So you know the runner, right? The infielders are aware of the runner, and they know what kind of time they have if a ball's hit to them. So a lot of pre-thought going in before the pitch.
Hannah now has not reached to this point, 0 for 3, and he's behind 0-2.
Again, now got an opportunity to throw his pitch to his spot, expand, see if you can get the hitter to chase, and you continue to dictate the at-bat.
Owls trying to make it overall 3 in a row against Western Connecticut. Oh, Callie thought he had strike 3 there from Conley. Doesn't get the call.
Yeah, Callie jumped up like he got something right there, but the umpire had a different plan.
Bounced in the dirt, and it's 2-2. And if Keene State can, obviously, first of all, you got to take care of business here in the first game. But if they can somehow come away with both today, what a chance that would be to go to ideally 5-2, if they can. That is.
Yeah, I think it'd be 5-1. 2. Oh, that's correct. So yeah, anytime you can stay in the top half of the conference, and again, they've had with scheduling wise, been backed up because of the weather, and you got to dig deep into your pitching staff. So these are all important games.
2-2 to Hannah, runs inside, and the count now full. But just shows how kind of quickly stuff can change in baseball. Coming into Friday, you had UMass-Boston coming in and beating you 19 times in a row. They're 1-2 in the LEC. And then all of a sudden you play great on Friday, and now you're 3-2 in the conference. The outlook has at least changed a little bit as that one runs in, and Hannah's going to be on base. I think that might have hit him.
It looks like it hit him in the back. Again, not something you want to do with a 6-1 lead, giving away free bases. You want to challenge, and let them beat you. Don't beat yourself. And hopefully, you can rush out and get right back to it. Go get strike one.
And now working against Burkle. Top of their order has actually not had an easy time today. It's been the bottom half of Western Connecticut today that's generally done better. And that's strike one.
Again, getting that first strike. Now you just got to build on that. Check in over there first.
Get back in safely.
I'd be shocked if WestCon moved here down 5 in the 7th. but strange things have happened.
0-1, strike two. Once again ahead of another hitter. Got ahead of Hannah 0-2, but ended up hitting him with a pitch on a full count. They'll check him back, and he's safe. Yeah, it would be an odd move to try to send a runner down 5, potentially make the second out at the second base.
Yeah. Liam paying attention to him for some reason. Not sure what, but he probably got some more intel that we don't.
0-2, strike 3 called. Burkle not happy. He's rung up once again, looking, and there's 2 away.
Doesn't look like he liked that call. Again, to me, we don't have the greatest angle, but it looked like Conley got to the mitt where the catcher was, and the umpire didn't hesitate.
So now Nick Moeller, the catcher, reached base a couple times with 2 walks. Owls have been kind of careful with him today. He's, again, came in hitting an even 400. Luckily didn't miss right over the plate. 1-0, that's a strike. They'll check Hannah back to first again.
Conley definitely knows something we don't. Paying attention to this runner.
Even with the lead and obviously 2 outs now. That one misses low.
Yeah, see, Conley's tough to get a read on too, right? A lot of different arm angles with his pitches. You know, sometimes 3/4, sometimes over the top, and you know, it doesn't look like Westcon's getting too much of a comfortable look at the ball coming out of his hand.
Always find those types of pitchers kind of interesting too. Ones who will change arm angles on you, try to throw off timing. Conley seems to be one of those guys.
This is the pitch he wants right here, 2-2. Right, you don't want to go to 3-2 and let the runner get in motion on full count with 2 outs. This is a big pitch right here.
So it'll be a 2-2 here to Moeller with Hannah on first. And he gets a pop-up. It'll go out of play, probably on the softball field. Luckily, no game going on right now or nothing going on. See that all the time.
I'm hoping they'll be out for practice eventually on this beautiful day. Their field's starting to really look nice. Nice and dry, that is.
Yeah, hard to believe a couple days ago, woke up to, in certain areas, half a foot of snow. 2-2, and he gets him swinging.
Again, some success with that elevated fastball.
Another really nice inning for Liam Conley, and we head to the 8th. Owls still in front by 5.
Looking for a new car? It's time to visit New Car Nissan of Keene. 600 new Nissan cars, trucks, and SUVs are available right now. Plus, New Car Nissan of Keene has the most competitive prices. Every new Nissan comes with New Car's complimentary 20-year, 200,000-mile protection plan. Drive worry-free for many miles to come. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
You'll look there at the Owls dugout, enjoying the sunshine here this afternoon.
Coach Noah was, slow stroll on the first base. Yeah. I hope he's doing all right there. You know what I mean? Let's see a little bit of energy out of that guy.
Seems to be taking his time.
Yeah, definitely wasn't the Wendell Kim run, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. Heard there was a game, it was like a basketball game between, what was it, certain athletes and players on Saturday?
Yeah, we celebrated D3 week last week, and our student athletic advisory committee put a great week together of events, and it culminated with a staff student athlete basketball game Friday night. And oh boy, what a blast! Yeah. We've seen some. Let's just say we've seen some good athletes, and we've seen some former bad athletes. Yeah. But it was great.
Who won though? I feel like the staff won, or.
The staff won.
Oh wow!
The staff won. We had a couple ringers. We were fortunate. Dr. Timmer is not scared to shoot a basketball. T.C. Thacker, former college basketball player. But I tell you, the player of the night, Declan from the men's soccer team, boy, he provided the energy, and he hit a three-pointer, one of the ugliest shots I ever seen in my life, but it went in.
Here's a grounder. Burkle can't handle it, and first goes Anderson. See how this gets ruled.
But Declan was tenacious on defense, just flying all over the place, and it just was, the vibe was great, the atmosphere was awesome. A bunch of student athletes also attended. We had some parents visiting that attended the game. It just was a really cool way to finish D3 week and celebrate the athletes and the coaches together and everything they do and the opportunities that they get through Keene State and through the NCAA. So it was a great event.
It's always fun to see those types of games. Callie almost got that over the backstop netting with a foul bunt for strike one.
Yeah, that's definitely part of his game. Callie can scoot. And, saw an opportunity maybe to get first and second with nobody out. And, just popped it up fine.
Shows he's got speed too. I mean, you don't often see a catcher leading off the ball game.
Yeah, he's definitely a fast twitch guy. A lot of energy.
Although obviously for Western Connecticut, Moeller, their catcher, is in just the 3-hole, so both catchers hitting pretty high in the lineup. Was that a balk?
Yeah, no stop by the pitcher. Looked like they called a balk.
Yeah, because Anderson just trotted down to second with no attention. So he's there now. That's a balk. Called against Quinn McGuire. 1-2, strike three called. Cowley down looking. McGuire's made some nice pitches since coming in.
I don't know exactly what inning they went to him. I wasn't here, but you look at the scoreboard, you got a couple zeros up there. That's really all you can ask from this guy in the bullpen is, when you're down 6-1, you give your bullpen a chance to keep it there, and that's what he's done.
Yeah, he came in with 2 outs in the 5th. Talking about zeros, this might get a run in for Keene. It looks like it's going to, as Anderson will trot around third and score to make it 7-1 on an RBI single from Evan McHugh.
Yeah, big hit by Evan right there. He's, that's just, to me, he's Mr. Consistency for this team. Shows up every day, puts the work in. You can guarantee he's going to be ready to go. Doesn't surprise me at all that he gets that big hit right after we jinx it with a couple of zeros.
Yeah. It's always the broadcaster jinx.
Yeah. But again, and it wasn't great contact, right? It looked like he got it off the end, but just enough to get it over the second baseman's head, and it worked.
Yeah, if you hit it to the outfield here, especially right now, the ball just kind of dies there. So
grounds is still a little soft. Tommy looked like he just missed a pitch that he probably wants back right there. Pretty aggressive 0-0, and he had a good pitch ahead.
So Anderson, they ruled out a hit to lead off the inning. Burkle couldn't really handle it cleanly at short, and now Ehlers hits this one in the air center. Hanna's back on it, and that ball is gone.
Yeah.
A home run for Tommy Ehlers. Thought it was going to stay in, and it clinks off the top of the wall. His 4th of the season to make it 9-1 Owls, and they really bust this thing open here in the 8th.
I don't know what they call those today, Ryan, but back in the day we used to call them 747s. That's what that reminded me of, 747 missile. Not real high, but struck real well and got out of the yard in a hurry. 2 pretty good swings in that bat. He got 2 good pitches to hit.
So that is actually not his 4th, that's his 3rd of the year. And here's the man who's got the team lead in home runs with 5, Jonathan Chatfield. He goes after the first one, hits it in the air to right. Camped under it is Barnett. Makes the catch for the second out.
A nice pitch by the Westcott left-hander there after that hit to Tom. He came back, made a good breaking ball pitch to Chatfield and got him out in front.
Yeah, he's been tough against lefties, as you would kind of expect with a left-handed pitcher.
Yeah, again, I know this inning, it changed a little bit for him, but he's done a nice job out of the bullpen for Western Connecticut.
Yeah, he's also given them some innings, certainly saved their bullpen, especially for game 2.
Yeah, I know it's a tough thing when you have to go to your bullpen early in a 9-inning, 2 9-inning doubleheader. You're basically looking at trying to find 54 outs, right, over the day.
Yep.
And every one counts, and the earlier you get in your bullpen, the harder it is to find all those outs.
That's in the air to left. Salonia camped under it, makes the catch to end the inning, but the Owls strike for 3, and 2 of them coming on the 3rd home run of the year for Tommy Ehlers. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Owls in firm command, 9-1.
When we put this uniform on, we're preparing to serve our home state of New Hampshire. We serve part-time in our own communities and for our families and friends. In any emergency or disaster, you can count on the soldiers of the New Hampshire Army National Guard to be there. Our mission here at home is to make life better for everyone, and the benefits we earn help us improve our own lives. Learn more about part-time service with the New Hampshire Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/NH.
Welcome to Hurt Skirt or Just Hurt. Our first contestant is suffering from knee pain from a recent running incident. What do we think, audience? Hurt Skirt or Just Hurt? Why not try Hurt Skirt? Make your recovery hassle-free with Hurt Skirt, a patent-pending, stretch-to-fit, hot-cold therapeutic sleeve, proven to stay cold longer and still remain completely mobile. Drop the ice, skirt the hurt.
We go to a camera shot. Yeah. I'm zooming in on something. I'm not sure what. Oh, the dog. Head to the bottom of the 8th inning here. New pitcher for the Owls coming in now with an 8-run lead. It's Daniel Kintafi, 0-2, 10.24 run average on the year. But we were talking between the break, Marty, that you really like his stuff.
Yeah, I do. I really like Danny's stuff. I think it's a matter of being able to repeat, pitch with confidence. Had the fortune of seeing him as a freshman when I was helping Coach Blood out. And, I think this. I don't think people should be fooled by the stats. I think this kid's got a chance to do some good things.
Yeah, in his junior season this year, fires in strike 1 to Keogh, the first baseman.
Yeah, strike 1 out of the bullpen. Take it every time you can get it.
Certainly want to see him go right after guys, obviously with an 8-run lead now. And Keogh hits it into right, but right to Reyna. It hangs up long enough for out number 1.
Pretty good contact right there by Keogh, though. Pretty good.
Yeah, can't be disappointed as a hitter with that contact. Sometimes you're going to find gloves, but that's just part of the game.
Control what you can control, right?
Yep.
All like that. It seems frustrating to hitters, but at the end of the day, you did everything you can.
Labono, the third baseman, 0-2 with a walk. And looks at a strike again.
Really nice breaking ball right there, 0 for you.
See if he has, knock on wood, but if he has a clean 8th here and maybe just roll him into the 9th as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Coach Blood does, Again, it's if he can experience some success here, is it worth taking another shot, right? We get him feeling good.
And that one's hit to center. That's going to dunk down, though, in front of Ehlers. So a base hit for Labono. That's his first hit of the day. And 1 out, runner on for, looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. Nope, it's Connor Corcoran still. Thought I saw number 1 there for a second.
You get all these guys' names down. I only know our guys.
I mean, luckily
I
have
didn't
a
chance to study a roster.
No, yeah.
And again, another good old breaking ball by Danny. So hopefully, if he has that breaking ball working, he can do some good things.
So 1-out single for LeBono, and now he's ahead here of Corcoran. Now even at 1-1. Yeah, seems to have some speed behind it. That one up. Maybe try to get a ground ball right at somebody, as that's strike 2.
I think for him, too, more pitching to the edges and not missing over the white. Obviously, the more white the ball gets, the better opportunity. Pitching to the edges and dictating the at-bat.
2-2 will be made here from Kintoffee to Corcoran. And he skips that one. Nice stop by Callie in the dirt. Oh.
He's getting some instruction. Audio technical. That's a pretty good pitch right there.
Oh, he got him looking.
Yeah, pretty good pitch right there.
Yeah, Corcoran thought it was low, but the home plate umpire says that's strike 3, and that's the first K for Daniel Kintoffee this afternoon.
Again, I don't have as good as an angle as they do down there, but to me it looked like that ball was thrown right to where the catcher was located. So
now Barnett, the right fielder, 1 for 2, a walk and a strikeout. Getting towards the end, obviously, of the academic year here. What's your favorite part about the end of the year, Marty?
It's baseball season.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I'm joking. No, it's just, it's like we look at it as like the end, but again, we're in spring sports and we get to see all of our teams out here and compete. And, and it's also an exciting time. My daughter will start her senior year of softball. They actually have their opener today. So, it's just nice to get outside and, watch our athletes perform.
Popped up.
There we go.
Reyna makes the catch, and that's a good inning for Daniel Kintoffee there in the 8th. Heading to the 9th now. Keene State still up by 8.
Ignite your athletes. Empower your coaches. Rally your community. Support every team with one solution with the Huddle Athletic Department Package. You put all your school's coaching tools under one roof. From recording to analyzing to sharing, with your Huddle AD package, you cover every angle. Equal access means equal opportunity, and equal opportunity means full potential. Let's take your department to the next level.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
New pitcher will come on. You get look there at the dugout for Keene State. Look, Daniel Kintoffee there. So now that's just a few other Owls players, but heading to the top of the 9th, we get a pitching change once again for WestConn. After a few innings pitched from Quinn McGuire, they will go to John Andrews, the right-hander. This will be his 4th appearance. No wins or losses with no ERA right now. Just 3 innings worked though this season.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to get hopefully the last 3 outs here with a new reliever. Before obviously Keene's got to again, I get it's hard to remember we're not home. It's just, it's not normal.
Yeah, Western Connecticut, obviously, this is the top of the ninth, so WestCon will bat in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah.
But obviously, usually, if you're winning 9-1 here at home, you're not going to bat in the bottom of the ninth. So
That's true. That's true.
Hopefully not, at least, barring an 8-run ninth inning. But
correct. Now we got Coach Noel a little hop in his step right there. That's what I like to see, Coach. That's what I like to see. A little sprint for out of him.
Have to ask him to do a full sprint.
Yeah, I don't know. Them days might be over for him. I watched him play hoop in that staff basketball game. Look at him. Looking good in red over there, isn't he?
Yeah, wasn't he at... He was at, what, Eastern, I think? Eastern Connecticut as a player a couple of years ago?
Yeah, had a really good career at Eastern, was able to actually win a national championship there with them. And he's been a great addition to Coach Blood's staff. Coach Blood speaks highly of him, and he's a pleasure to have around the athletic department. He's, you get some good young energy, and really has done a great job with our infielders. So.
Then you get, obviously, one of the other assistants, Coach McKenna, came over from Southern Maine and has obviously been the coach of the Swamp Bats the last number of years, so that works out.
Yeah, Sean's a great friend. I've known Sean a long time. And
nice pick there by Keogh.
He's a very good baseball person. And he's, again, it's interesting. I think about back in the day when I was coaching in the battles we had against Southern Maine and Eastern Connecticut, and to see two of their former coaches, one at first base, one at third base, and on our staff now, it's fun. It's interesting, and you're able to make those friendships off the field against teams that you've had great battles against. And I was really fortunate to have some great battles when I was helping Coach Howe out against Eastern Connecticut and Southern Maine, and they were the standard when we came into the league, and we had to prove to everybody that we could play with them before anybody wanted to give us any respect.
So, I have a pinch hitter here. Derek Finley will hit here for the Owls. So he takes the spot for, I believe, Alex Verano. It's like Anthony DiGiacomo also on deck. Finley grew up in Nashua, New Hampshire, went to Nashua North High School, home of the Titans. Rips that one just foul down the left field side.
Yeah, I believe Derek is coming back from an injury. So this might be, I'm guessing this is his first at-bat of the year here. So good for him. Must mean he's healthy and clear to go. And, and I know that the coaching staff was excited when they got him as a transfer.
If he was a little later on that swing, he might have had his first hit in his first AB of the year. But here's a 1-2. Not close there from Andrews, and the count even. Now here's the 2-2. Again high, that's ball 3, full count.
Competitive at bat for your first at bat of the year, right? So good for him. He's, again, everybody says, you only do it 1,000 times. There's no doubt when you get your first one of the year, it's a special one. It's nerve-wracking, right? You want to get off on a good note.
3-2, and he will indeed. He works a walk in his first AB. So Owls have a base runner here, and now Anthony DiGiacomo will dig in. So DiGiacomo, I think we'll pinch hit for Alec Verano. So he's actually for Verano. Finley was for Tagliaferro. Mix that up there for a second. So DiGiacomo takes over the DH position now.
And Giacomo spelled the shortstop pretty well for these guys when Otis was down with an injury, and he's done a nice job as a first year, getting his feet wet and doing some good things for the Owls.
Finley leads off first, and now he's going to take off as it gets away. Throw down to second is not in time. So wild pitch there from Andrews. Runner gets down to second. Giacomo coming in, 274. Got off to a very good start this year. And we saw him in the home opener. We saw him a few games after while Otis was still coming back. That one that time able to be found quicker from Moeller.
Yeah, Giacomo's, and he's put some good at-bats together too. Looks like the umpire here is talking to him about going to his mouth on the dirt, on the rubber.
Oh.
And now he's going to throw the ball out.
Get a new baseball. So of course, the mercy rule is 10 runs after 7 innings. So of course we're through that. So if Keene State were to add on 2 more in this inning, this game would be over. Without WestCon. Staying corrected. Actually, WestCon wouldn't get the chance to bat as they are the home team.
You can't sneak any cheese by the rats in this room today. No. They got it.
Giacomo rolls over that one. Andrews fires to first in time, and there's 2 down. Down to third goes Finley. So now Luke Anderson, the number 9 hitter, looking for an RBI here. Trying to get the Owls once again to double-digit runs. That would be the second time in the last 3 games they've done that. Of course, the last time they did it back on Friday in Game 1 that was a Mercer Rule game, 10-0 over UMass-Boston in 8 innings.
They, that was a big Friday for them a couple days ago, the Owls, and again, hopefully that can propel into, what you're seeing today, and then just keep it going and just keep trying to get on the field consistently and play consistently.
Popped up over at third, giving a look and not able to make a play. Goes out.
There's, like any sport, but I feel like, baseball and softball, because of timing and stuff, it's hard when you're inside, you're outside, you get delayed because of weather and things like that. It's hard to keep a rhythm.
That one's grounded hard, but foul down the first base side, and Anderson behind now 1-2. But yeah, to your point, obviously for Keene State, their first home game was, I believe, the 26th of March, their first official home game. Playing a lot of road games. They didn't go down south this year. Softball did. But you're not here until really only about a month to go in the season. So you only get about a month of true home games.
We used to say it's 40 games in 6 weeks, no matter how you look at it. Or you hope it's 40 games plus.
Then obviously the weather can move things around like it has today.
That's for sure. 65 and sunny today, and 2 days ago we got 3 inches of snow in Keene. So,
yep.
You never know. New England keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, that was not at least for me, it was not a pleasant surprise on Saturday morning to see the snow on the ground, but it was gone pretty quick.
Yeah.
Ball 4 to Anderson, and runners are now on the corners with 2 out. So Luciano Frezza now is going to pinch hit for Evan Cowley, who's in the leadoff spot, so he'll take over to catch the bottom of the 9th. Frezza, the freshman.
Again, another nice young player for Coach Blood and his staff. He's been getting some innings behind the plate. Really looks to, in my mind, I like the way he receives the ball. He's done some nice things back there for the Owls, and could be a really nice player for him in the future.
And always good to see another catch and recruit. Always a tough position and a very important position for a team to have good catchers. Obviously, Cowley was in his junior year, so you'd think, he'll have the rest of this year, next year. But then they're hoping, obviously, that Frezza can be the next guy up.
Sure.
Oh, and Anderson just stole him blind. And now they're going to send the runner home, and it's going to work. Wow. So Finley comes in to score from third after the throw down to second from the pitcher Andrews, and the Owls do hit 10 here today. Kind of a funny way to get it, but they get it.
Yes, that was interesting. Yeah, I'm really not sure what just happened there. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, they sent Anderson, and he just had. I mean, Andrews was oblivious. He had no idea he was going.
Yeah, it looked like maybe some early action. I don't know. Early action that led to a throw to second base, and then the kid just took off from third.
So now another pitch to Frezza. This will be a 1-2 from Andrews. And called strike 3. That will end the inning. Owls tack on another, though, and they hit 10. The lead now 9 as we head to the bottom of the ninth. Keene trying to wrap up a win in game 1.
I remember writing in the 2nd grade that I wanted to be a teacher, and I always knew that I was going to be a teacher. I started school a year early, and it created challenges for me because I wasn't able to pick up material as fast as the other students. Outside of school, my Jaju would quiz me on my math facts and read with me. It showed me that even though I had challenges in school, there were still people who wanted to help me. In high school, I knew I had to work harder than everyone else to get the same results, but I had teachers that would help me in subject areas outside of their own because they could relate to how I felt. The way these interactions with my Jaju and my teachers made me feel while I was learning is the inspiration for how I'd like my students to feel. I'm able to build relationships and be vulnerable with my students when they're struggling because I've been in their shoes and I know exactly how they feel. Being able to relate to them from my own experience has become a massive asset in becoming a teacher.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
Owls trying to wrap up the win in game 1, up 9. Daniel Kantafi stays out there for the bottom of the ninth, and Hamilton Barnes will take over to play left field. So Tagliaferro was pinch hit for. We get another look there. Another dog. Yep. Oh, that's your dog.
Yeah, that's my dog, Cheater, named after a true champion.
Oh.
Cheater. That's right. Although I don't know if that dog deserves to be shown on the screen with the way he acts. He's been a challenge in the early going here for the Testos, I'll tell you that.
So the second baseman, Valley, leads off the bottom of the ninth. Kantafi trying to get the last 3 outs. Worked a scoreless 8th. Gonna get a grounder to first. Nicely picked by Chatfield, 1 away.
Coach Blood rolling Kantafi back out there, and again, good low fastball for a strike. Weak ground ball, and he gets the leader. And again, that's just what you want to see in a game like this. You want early contact. You want outs. You don't want Westcon to get any momentum because again, offensively they have potential to get back in the game.
Yeah, and certainly with a 9-run lead, you just want to, as you said, Marty, just go right after guys. Get a quick 3 outs, get this first game over with, and get on to game 2.
If you're in the dugout right there, you're praying for that ground ball to stay fair.
Oh, yeah. That would have been a thing of beauty. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
You got it.
3 first pitch outs, that would have been great.
Yes, those I've been around a few of those. They're pretty special.
0-1, strike 2 on the left fielder, Salonia.
Yeah, Toffee has a little bit more success this inning. When he gets into a rhythm and starts to pitch with more success, again, I truly believe, stuff-wise, this kid's got what it takes.
Also worth noting, too, that Frezza obviously pinch hit, and he's now behind the dish. Strike 3, Salonia down on just 3 pitches, and there's 2 away here in game 1, bottom of the ninth. So Jason Hanna might be the last guy to hit today. We'll see. Shouldn't say probably. That's.
Again, you're looking for early strikes here from Danny.
Kantafi 1 out away from getting the Owls into the win column, and it's going to be hit into the gap. That's at least going to be 2 for Hanna. Barnes will get it back into the cutoff man, and that's a 2-out double. See, that's why you don't say it. He'll be the last guy.
Again, it's a good pitch. Obviously, the hitter probably knows he can be aggressive. That Danny's out there, the pitcher's out there trying to throw strikes, and you got a pitch, you get hit and got after. But 2-out double, no harm. Go out, right back to work, working on this hitter and trying to wrap up this ball game.
So first hit of the day for Hannah comes in the 9th inning. And now it gets it to the shortstop, Burkle. Katafi just trying to work another scoreless inning and end this game with a 9-run victory.
Easier said than done for Danny, but you forget about that and you move on, right?
Obviously the run at second means nothing. Ground ball, it's going to find its way through the hole. Hannah rounding third, he's going to score easily. So that'll make it 10-2. Couple 2-out hits. And it will not be a scoreless 9th for Katafi, but again, still just 2 outs and still an 8-run lead.
All right there, just had eyes. That got through the middle. Not hit overly hard, but hit in the right spot where there is nobody, and it finds its way through, and you get an RBI out of it.
Moeller, the catcher, just misses for a ball. Just trying to put this one in the win column for the Owls. 2 outs. Burkle at first. 8-run lead. Strike one. Curious to see if Frezza behind the dish will maybe get the start in game 2. Could see that. We've seen it a few times this year.
The only person that knows that is Coach Blood.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like he got bad contact there.
Ehlers running after it. Oh, and he can't get it. It dunks down just in front of the track. The runner going to try to score all the way from first, Burkle, and he will.
Looks like Tommy lost that in the sun.
Yeah, I thought he had a beat on it too.
I thought he did too. It looked like he had it, and then all of a sudden kind of pulled away from it because of the sun.
So a couple 2-out runs scored for Western Connecticut to this point, and now here's Thomas Keogh. Yeah, definitely looked like it was lost. I thought that was going to be out number 3. But it will count as a double. It didn't hit his glove. So an RBI double for the catcher Moeller. Cuts the lead to 7.
You don't want this to go too far again. You don't want Westcon to gain any momentum headed into game 2. You just want to end this and get in there. So.
Katafi did get the first 2 outs, though, pretty quickly, and he's just still 1 out away. So just 1 pitch away from ending this game. Here's a 1-1 now to Keogh. That'll miss a little high.
He's starting to look like he's laboring a little bit. Take a deep breath and regroup and trust the stuff. That's the big thing. Again, his stuff is good. He's got to believe in it and attack the hitter.
Yeah, just, of course, still just 1 out away and still a 7-run lead, and popped back by Keogh. He's 1 pitch away now from putting the Owls in the win column here in game 1.
Just came back with a well-located fastball right there. Got him back in the game here. Now you got to win the evens right here, we always said. Win the evens 2-2. Make it work for you right here, Dave.
Katafi will look in with a 2-2. It's the pitch.
Great pitch.
Oh, thought that was strike 3.
Yeah. Looks like a pretty good breaking ball he executed right there, but didn't get the call.
So full count now to Keogh. Katafi trying to end it once again right here. Here's his 3-2. That one will miss, and that's ball 4. So it does get the inning out to Labono, the third baseman. Owls might start to get some action going in the bullpen. It looks like they're going to now. But again, still 2 outs. You're 1 pitch away, 1 pop-up, some kind of out from winning this game.
Yeah, but you get, as being a baseball person, you start to count 1, 2, 3, and then this guy's 4, and you start to look at the scoreboard, right? You don't want it to lengthen. You want the game to end.
It was kind of a long 9th inning in the second game against UMass-Boston, as they were able to get some runs across to make the game a little closer. That one's hit in the air to center, and Ehlers is going to have to throw it in quickly, but that's going to be another run. And it's a 6-run game now, 10-4, all with 2 outs. as Moeller, the catcher, comes in to score. And now Coach Blood will head out. And we'll see if they're going to go to the bullpen. They are. So trying to get one more out. Kentucky got the first 2 outs this inning very quickly, but some 2-out trouble and 3 runs have come across. Owls still in front by 6, though. We'll get a bullpen change here in just a moment.
New Car has over 1,700 pre-owned vehicles, the largest selection of inventory in New Hampshire. New Car Nissan of Keene has the most competitive prices. With a selection of over 30 brands, New Car has exactly what you need across the Granite State. Find your new car from any of New Car's family of dealerships throughout the Northeast and get it shipped to New Car Nissan of Keene for free. Plus, we'll deliver your new car right to your door. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
Owls just trying to get the final out of this game. Still with a 6-run lead, they go to the bullpen. It's going to be Kyle Pilardi coming on. This will be just his second appearance. 1 inning work, no runs allowed, and no strikeouts or walks for the right-hander. Out of North Smithfield, Rhode Island. Went to the Winchendon School. Junior season this year.
Yeah, Kyle came as a two-way player. When he first came to Keene, it was like now he's transitioned to a pitcher.
And he's going to get the number 6 hitter, Connor Corcoran, the DH, trying to get this final out, get this first game into the win column for Keene. And going to game 2, try to complete the doubleheader sweep. Of course, game 2 will be about 30 minutes after this one.
Special recipe. Strike 1.
So Kentucky got the first 2 outs very quickly, but could not finish the game. That's a strike. And in the process allowed a few hits. And Western Connecticut, at least for now, has gotten a few across. Make it a little tighter, 10-4. It's 10-1 coming in. 0-1 from Pilardi. Hit in the air to center. Ehlers coming in on it, and he will make the catch. And that is the ball game. The Owls take game 1 by a commanding 10-4 final and improve now in the conference to 4-2, 11-13 overall. We'll have game 2 coming up for you in about 30 or so minutes. Stay tuned on the Owls Media Network.
3 runs on 4 hits, no Keene State errors, 2 were left on base. Your final line score for Keene State, 10 runs on 10 hits with no errors. Western, 4 runs on 8 hits with 3 errors. Winning pitcher Shea Zena, losing pitcher Max Wall. So stick around as game 2 will be getting underway.
When we put this uniform on, we're preparing to serve our home state of New Hampshire. We serve part-time in our own communities and for our families and friends. In any emergency or disaster, you can count on the soldiers of the New Hampshire Army National Guard to be there. Our mission here at home is to make life better for everyone, and the benefits we earn help us improve our own lives. Learn more about part-time service with the New Hampshire Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/NH.
You have been watching a Keene State Athletics broadcast on the Owls Media Network. Please tune in to our next broadcast, and thank you for watching.